Hi guys, I hope you're okay. So today I'm going to show you the products and methods I use to contour my face. Although you can always contour and highlight underneath your foundation, I much prefer to do it on top, and so I've used my YSL Le Tint Touche Clay in B40. I really enjoy using both cream and powder products to contour, but my favourite is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate in Intensity 1. Now, although I do sometimes just use my fingers, today I'm going to use my Japanese foundation brush to apply the cream to my skin. You want to run the cream product in the hollows of your cheeks, making sure you don't cross the imaginary line that meets through the centre of your eye to your cheek. I would definitely recommend that you go easy with the product. You can always go in and add more contour product, but it's quite difficult without a load of mega blending to take it away. Also remember that it's pretty unlikely that your face is completely symmetrical, so both sides might look a little bit different. I should have taken a bit of my own advice because I've probably added a little bit too much product, which is going to mean that I have to blend that little bit more. I'm now taking it up to my forehead and I'm just going to run that through to my temples and across the top of my forehead, just to slim down and contour my face fully. There's no need to be tidy with this looks really messy, but you're going to blend so much through the whole process that it'll all tidy out in the end. I'm now just running down 2 lines of the cream product down my nose just to narrow that out a little bit. You want to do this as straight as possible just so that you get the really straight contoured effect, but again you don't need to be too tidy with this. To keep this area looking defined and as natural as possible, I'm just running it up into my brow area. For my highlight and lightening, I'm going to use MAC's Prep and Prime highlighter in the colour Light Boost. It's super yellow and super pigmented, and if you are after a more yellow lightening effect, this is the perfect product. I apply this underneath my eye in a triangle kind of shape, down the sides of my nose up to tops of my cheeks. This is a product that's going to create all the light in your face, and so wherever you want to catch the light or to add a brightening effect, I would recommend that you pop a little bit there. As well as underneath my eyes, I'm also going to add a little bit of this onto my cupid's bow and onto my chin area. As you can see, you don't need to be tidy with this either, as when you blend it's all going to look perfect. I'm going to run this down the centre of my nose in between my 2 contoured areas. And also onto my forehead to create maximum light. At this point you look absolutely crazy and you just hope that no one knocks at the door, but now it's time for the blending. Using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, I'm kind of just patting the product into my skin. I'm not blending it out too much at this point, I'm just getting the initial bit of blending started really. If at any point you want to go in and add some more shadow, you can. I'm going in now and adding a little bit more product along my jawline just to create a bit more of a sharp defined jaw. I'm going back into blending my highlight now. I'm not going to go crazy on this area purely because when I come to blend out the contour product, I am going to go back over it because you don't want to drag the contour product all around your face. I would say the most important part of this process is the blending, and so to blend the contour product I'm using my Real Techniques contour brush, what I really like, It's perfect for cream products. If I was going to use a powder, I would probably use one of my MAC contour brushes, but this is perfect and it gets into the hollows of the cheeks just perfectly. I would definitely recommend that you work the product in an upwards motion to the top of your ear rather than bringing it down your face, just because it makes sure that you don't pass that invisible line and keeps it looking a little bit more natural. I definitely did go in with a bit too much product, which is very easily done with cream. I'm just going to continue to blend that out throughout the whole process. Just like when you're applying foundation, when it comes to contour on your chin and your neck, you have to blend this out really well just to keep the whole look looking really natural. I'm now swapping brushes and going back to my expert face brush, where I'm going to go in and tidy up a few more harsh lines. Back with my contour brush, I am now working in the contour cream through my temples and along my forehead. I'm not going to bring this down any further than what I already have. I'm going to go back in with my expert face brush and then use that to work upwards, as like I said before, you don't want to drag any of the contour product across the face as it's obviously darker than the highlight. Ideally I would have gone in and done my nose at the end just to avoid mixing the two products, but I wanted to show you where I applied my contour and highlight all at the same time. This just means now that I have to be a little bit more careful of mixing the two colours, but just as long as you go straight, really, you can't go too wrong. Now going in with my Real Techniques Duo Fibre eye brush just to blend the nose. I don't want to mix up that contour all over my nose because I want to keep some straight lines just to keep extra definition. At this point you could add some more product, but I might just wait and hold on and then add a little bit of powder product to finish. Before finishing the look, I often just go back in with a brush just to add a little bit more product and just to tidy around any harsh lines. I'm actually now going in with my foundation buffing brush, which is what I use at the very beginning of the process, just to blend out any areas that are causing me any difficulty and just to keep it all looking extra blended in, really. I often like to come to a finish with some powder contour products, my favourite being MAC's Harmony, NARS Laguna, which is my all-time favourite, and Sleek's contour kits, which are super affordable. This time I'm going to use NARS Laguna, and with my contour brush I'm just going to go in and top up some areas just to add a powder finish and intensify them a little bit more. With my Duo Fibre eye brush, I'm now going back in on my nose area just to top up the nose from where I didn't want to go crazy with it before. I think the nose really finishes the look, and so this step is quite important. Just like the rest of the face, it's really important that you blend out these lines. You don't want any harsh lines around your nose area. Now it's time to find a powdered product to set your cream products into place. Ben Nye's Luxury Banana Powder, Makeup Forever's High Definition Powder, which I would only recommend if you're not using flash photography, Bourjois Illuminating Java Powder, MAC's Prep and Prime Transparent Powder, or Rimmel Stay Matte, which is a really affordable drugstore product. I'm going to use a little bit of Ben Nye's banana powder, which was made really popular from Kim Kardashian's makeup look. As it is yellow toned, I do like to go quite light with it. I find if I go too heavy it can look a bit cakey, so I just use a tiny amount on my Real Technique setting brush. To finish the look, I am going to add a little bit of radiance into my cheeks with MAC's Soft and Gentle Mineralised Skin Finish, as well as my favourite blush at the moment, which is NARS Gina. To finish the whole look, I'm going to add a little bit of Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Native, my favourite lipstick ever, which is MAC Q, and a Bobbi Brown lip gloss in the shade Pale Pink. Far from the scary contoured product look that was about 10 minutes ago, this is my final contoured and highlighted look. I hope you like it, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.